Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine. We're on episode 345. So, what's been going on, y'all? Anything in the news? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I knew he was going to win. Trump 2024, baby. I knew he was going to win. I think there were a lot of moments that led me to this confirmation. One being the campaign rallies that Kamala Harris had of Meg the Stallion, Glorilla, twerking, busting it wide open, and her thinking, Kamala thinking that this will be sufficient for the votes that she needs, for the Black vote. This will be enough to garner more support. Absolutely not. I think it was the Cardi B video of her mumbling and fumbling over words, simple words, couldn't gather anything together as she was at the podium trying to figure out what to say. The list goes on. It goes, I could also point it back to when Kelly Rowland walked out with Beyonce looking like a man, looking like a femme lesbian, and just acting like this is an agenda of inversion. What else? I could point it back to Kamala saying that $750 will suffice for those affected. I think this was in Florida. Like, this is the support, the help that she will give those affected by whatever disaster was happening at the time. This was just recently. Like, this, I could point to Kamala not being able to muster a coherent sentence, not saying exactly if she's Black or not, right? The list goes on. When I woke up the following day after November 5th, after election day, I was through the moon, y'all. When I tell you I jumped from my bed and I just started screaming, I was just super happy that it turned out this way. I really was. And I think it's just for a number of reasons. Obviously, I shared my feelings about just not being in support of Kamala Harris and appreciating who Donald Trump is and the fierceness that he is that could lead us better in our country. I stand by that. But I also was just happy that we are finally, it seems like, from what I could gather, because I'm choosing to see things with the glass half full. But it seems like there is an awakening happening. It seems like celebrity, the worship of celebrity, the worship of Hollywood is no longer significant at all, or it's no longer significant as it once was. The fact that Taylor Swift, Beyonce, all these major celebrities and the trendy ones as well was on the bandwagon for Kamala Harris, you would think she would have had the votes. You would have think this would have been enough. The outcry of AKA support, her going to these Black churches conveniently, her walking down the aisle of that Black church. What's his name? I forgot that guy. I showed y'all the video. It was a previous episode. But her just going hard with these easy, convenient ways to garner the support from Black communities. And yet, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what that told me was we're tired. We're tired of the BS. We're tired of the games that are being played. It's insulting. It's insulting being at a Kamala Harris rally, and seeing Glorilla talking about it's not about to read. I ain't no nigga. What, ma'am? Fire song. Don't get me wrong. Glorilla, I like her. But why are you here? Why is you here? Shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez. Why is you here, ho? Like, can y'all make that make sense to me? Why was that something important, necessary? I mean, I could show many. Let me show this clip, y'all. I cannot. When I tell you, I've been cracking up online, seeing all of these videos and clips of the liberals crying, going through it. All of these jokes I've been seeing from people on the right side of history, my side of history, humbly, saying just so many things. I was literally laughing out loud. But okay, if you are watching this on YouTube, you are seeing that I'm showing this video of Meg Thee Stallion at a Kamala Harris rally. It was at this point I said, yeah, just like this person said here, this is why she lost. You see Meg Thee Stallion twerking. You see this guy right behind her, this big white guy behind her looking like Tim Walz's father, trying to understand what's going on here. Where is the hope? Where is the hope? Like, at least, and look, Barack Obama definitely ain't shit either. But at least with him, he had a good disguise, right? He had speeches that were filled with hope. He knew how to articulate and resonate with the people. Everyone voted like it was a resounding amount of support for him. Kamala, on the other hand, is not. And here's the thing: I hate this notion of, oh, it's because you're sexist. It's because you're a misogynist. It's because no, it's because she's not qualified. It's because she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's because she doesn't know how to articulate herself. It's because when you ask her a question, she can't really answer it. She talks about being from a middle-class family. That's what it's because. Y'all saying, oh, well, she's a DA. Okay, really? Was she though? People, y'all know people get positions for nepotism, right? People get positions because they know somebody that knows somebody, right? People get positions because just the convenience, the proximity of how to obtain said position. It does not always mean someone who is in a position of elite class means that they earned that position. Okay, we know a lot of white people who are in positions of power and are shitty at their jobs. So miss me with the whole she was a DA, yada yada yada. What I like about Trump is he has a business mindset. Yes, he's failed at some businesses, but what that tells me is he knows how to rise from the ashes. And seeing how he's risen and fight. I mean, the list goes on. Look, I'm not a Trump apologist either. Like, he's not perfect, but Cordell is not perfect by any means. You might think I have Tourette's at this point. Shout out to Portia. Cordell. Did I say Corell? Cordell is not perfect by any means. Child, okay, but yo, it's just hilarious. Hilarious. Yes, I'm not surprised. People are tired. The groceries, the groceries, inflation's at an all-time high, and Kamala has yet to address how she plans on fixing it. She has yet to. I mean, she doesn't need to anymore. But the point is, she talks this like, I wouldn't say big talk, but either way, she tries to make it appear as if she was the better choice. Yet, as she's been in office for the past 4 years as VP, and recently, in however many months it's been since she's taken over for, actually, no. I mean, Biden is still president, but I don't know. I was confused. I'm like, was she president for some? I don't think so. Anyway, the point is, I remember there was a time when she was like president for like, was it 30 minutes because Biden was in the hospital or something like that. Nonetheless, she's never addressed her shortcomings while she's been in office. And for her to speak as if, oh, well, you could trust me now. You could trust me now. But we've trusted you before and you haven't shown up. So no, we're not doing it again. And with Trump, the difference is, you know what's so funny? I remember when he first got into office. Was it 2016? Yeah, 2016. And that was before I was woke. That was before COVID. COVID really turned everything around, as y'all know. Y'all saw me change in live form. Like, I literally transform into like, who am I? Seriously, if you go back to the beginning of this podcast, if you are an OG listener, you would know. And if you're still here, that I didn't lose you, but you'll know that I was a Democrat. I was a Democrat through and through because, my parents were Democrats. I grew up Democratic. That's what Black people are. They're Democrats. COVID happened and my mindset shifted. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Something about this is off. This doesn't make any sense. And why are they continuing to push these fear-mongering tactics over? And like, I immediately saw through the BS. And I'm of the few, and I'm sure there's probably more, but I'm of the few who did not get vaccinated. And I say that proudly. I really do. But I remember back then, prior to COVID, prior to my awakening, prior to shifting my mindset, prior to becoming a staunch Republican. So I'm still debating if I should, because I haven't formally changed my status on my voter registration. I eventually will. I just got to look into that. But the point is, I was a Democrat, a Democrat, just like y'all. Some of y'all are with me, but some of y'all are not there yet. And I fell in line. I was a part of that bandwagon of feeling so hurt and so victimized. Oh my gosh, big bad guy Trump is in office. Ooh, woohoo. I was so sad, but I didn't know why I was sad. Why was I sad? Oh, tell me why I'm sad. Tell me why I'm sad. Oh, he said these nasty things. Oh, he talked about, he threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans. He threw paper towel rolls at Puerto Ricans. Oh, he's racist. Like, I fed into it. Because that's what I did. That was what was done. And that was just the bandwagon emotion, honestly. And I guess I wasn't as critical as I am now. I keep biting the side of my tongue. What's up with that? Anyway, the point is, it's so ironic seeing the difference and how I'm reacting now to how I reacted then of Trump being the president. And I'm so grateful that I'm in this reaction. I really am. And I say that because seeing the countless videos, just scrolling through my social media platforms, both Instagram, I had to stay off Instagram for a little bit. Not even, well, I have to intentionally not log into it too much these past couple of days because some of y'all are insufferable. And I say that that's my thing. I say that because just say it. This is my reason. I ain't feeling like this because what? Say it. But I say that because y'all are so committed to feeling like the victim. Some of y'all, excuse me, I want to be mindful of that too. But some of y'all are so committed to feeling like the victim. Some of y'all are so headstrong in feeling like the victim. And it's sickening. It's exhausting. It's insufferable. And that's how I was back then. Back in 2016, I remember always feeling victimized. Oh, I would constantly get in arguments with people. I'm having flashbacks right now. I remember being in a group chat with some of my church folks from my home church back in Boston. And I remember just starting arguments. Like I would just come forth with a claim or an accusation of always feeling like I'm on the defense and just getting so caught up in emotions that just didn't make sense thinking about it now. Like I would be the problem, honestly. Maybe there were times I had a point. I'm trying to shoot myself too much, but the point is because I was in that mindset consistently, I always saw things from a tainted point of view. I always saw, oh, you're out to get me. You know, you don't like me, and yeah, I'm misunderstood, and I don't. It was just always me at fault, or you're at fault, and I'm the one to blame, or something like that. The point is, that was an exhausting way to live. And that's what I see a lot from you Democrats. Seriously, that's what I see a lot from y'all. I see a lot of, oh my God, how am I ever gonna live? Like, did y'all wake up in chains today? Hello? Hello? Is my mic on? Did y'all wake up in chains today? Did y'all wake up in shackles? Y'all swear Trump. What if my words bite me? Wouldn't that be funny? No, but seriously, I just don't adopt the fear mongering mindset anymore. I seriously don't. I have such a sense of humor, or I have such a lighter way of seeing things now, and I can see beyond the BS. What the Democrats do, especially online, they will use these fear mongering tactics. They will use these race baiting tactics, these homophobic, like all of these like key words that will appeal to your emotions. How can I be more appealing to your heartstrings? How can I use pathos here to appeal to you? Oh, I'm going to say something about your skin color. I'm going to mention your race. I'm going to mention your ethnic background. I'm going to paint you as this little person who is always disadvantaged in life, who's always disenfranchised. And you should feel like don't you feel sad? Don't you know that Black women are the most disrespected and all these things? Like, no, I reject that. I actually don't feel sad. What are we talking about? I'm actually doing pretty well. I have advanced degrees. I'm studying for another advanced degree. I have a full-time employment that is plentiful. I am well taken care of. I am loved. I have family. I have a good man in my life. I mean, the list goes on. What are we talking about? What are we talking like this idea of adopting this? Oh, don't you feel so don't you you're so disrespected, right? Who's disrespecting me? Huh? Who is disrespecting me? Well, don't you know black women are the No, I don't. No, I don't. It's really about your mindset, y'all. Like I used to follow this. I had to unsubscribe to her again. I'm not gonna say who she is because I don't want to say too much. But I had to unsubscribe from this comedian, this female black comedian. Let me just say this: she was a guest on my podcast like a few years ago, and I had to unsubscribe from her. Not to say I don't like her jokes or whatever it is, but her whole identity is being a victim. Her whole identity is to always be woe is me, men ain't shit, Donald Trump, yada yada, just like sad. Just like, girl, what do you have going? Like, and look, on one end, with comedians, I think that's a part of their shtick to always be disparaging of oneself. There's another word for it. I can't remember right now. But it's with a D, right? With that D, no. But that's a thing that they do. But what she does is she takes it to another level. It's like literally her identity. She cannot not be victim oriented. She cannot not be that. Like she must be that. That's how she pays her bills. That's literally who she is. And after a while, it gets exhausting, especially if you are totally far removed from that mindset. You see people like that, and you're like, damn, I can't even be around you. Like, you complaining about what again? What's going on? What you got going on? It's like when you have a friend who's always calling you with a problem. Like, can we laugh? Can we laugh? Or you have that friend who's always talking down about themselves. I used to have this friend. I guess I don't know. He's not really a friend. We used to work together, but I remember we had a friendship then, so that's why I said friend. I'm kind of whatever. We're cool, but something when you don't work with someone anymore is kind of like, okay, I'll see you around, which is horrible. Not horrible, but it not to go off into a little tangent, but it does seem a little bit like whack though, right? Just because we're not working together doesn't mean that we can't continue to have a friendship. Is weird, but whatever. I think that's for the best though, because he's a bit toxic. The point is, I remember when me and him were working together and were friends at the time, he will always say things like, do I look fat in this? He's gay. Do I look fat in this? Do I look good? You think I look good? I don't know. You think I did a good job? Oh, they evaluated my classroom. You think I did a good job? I wonder what it was always this overkill, really, of self-doubt. And look, look, I think I do a really good job. And I don't know, maybe I do it unintentionally, but I know how annoying it is to always be this ball of insecurity. Seriously. And though I have sympathy and empathy for those who struggle with their self-confidence and all of that, but I think you also have to be mindful of how annoying that shit is. Seriously, it's annoying when you are always with someone and they're always doubting themselves. And you always got to pick self-deprecating. That was the word I was thinking of earlier. Deprecating. And it'll come to me. But they're always self-deprecating. They're always kind of just like, it feels like they want you to compliment them because they need that to be fed. They need that to feel good about themselves because they don't know how to feel good about themselves on their own. That sounds so shady, right? But that's seriously what it is. A lot of times when people do that, when they're constantly deprecating themselves, they're doing it for the hope and expectation that you'll pick them up, that you'll say, no, you're amazing, you look amazing, oh my gosh, you lost weight. Like, they're seeking for that, they're thirsty for that. That's what you call a thirsty person. Anyway, that shit gets annoying. It gets annoying, and it makes you feel like, damn, are you just around me so I could fill you up? I got time for that. Why did I bring that up? I forget. But the point is, the liberals are losing it. And it's a funny sight to watch. I mean, what videos can I show y'all? Because when I tell y'all, I was on a Laffy Taffy of liberals going off. Let me see, which ones can I show y'all? I mean, the list goes. I'll get into them, but let me talk about this part here. So again, with the fear mongering, oh, once Trump gets to office, we're not gonna have freedoms, we're gonna be in a fascist. People just be, y'all know what fascists mean? Can y'all hold on? Let's talk about fascism. What the fuck are we talking about? Really? Because the past 4 years, not past 4 years, but the 4 years when Donald Trump was in office, from 2016 to 2020, was he being a fascist then? Did he demonstrate fascism then? What are we talking about? People be like, oh, it's gonna be a dictatorship. Y'all must be saying out. What are we saying right now? No, it's not going to be that. Are y'all kidding me? Because of what? There's literally no facts, no supporting facts that could stand with your reasoning behind this mindset. It's so silly. And then comparing Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden and how it doesn't look, first of all, there are plenty of rallies held there that have been filled to capacity. That does not demonstrate or at all symbolize the Nazi movement back then. Like, what are we talking? So you mean to tell me all the other people who was there, sold out seats at the Madison Square Garden, they all demonstrated Nazi symbolism, and it was another it's just so convenient that we hold that specifically and exclusively for Donald Trump. How does that make sense? Fascism is a far-right, authoritarian, ultra-nationalist political ideology and movement. I'll just stop there because it's just so ridiculous. Again, this fear-mongering. Oh, once Trump gets into office, you won't be able to kill your babies. You won't be able. Don't you want to kill your babies? I don't. I actually want to have a baby. I actually want to do anything to have a baby. I welcome having a baby. No, but I read something and with Twitter, you kind of get lost in the sauce with it. But there was something I read on Twitter talking about, what did it say? Oof. Talking about if you have a miscarriage, then that's another form of abortion. Donald Trump is gonna prevent that. What do y'all say? When you have a miscarriage, it's not an abortion. If you first of all, it's regulated by states. That's one. And if you really need to get one done, go to New York. The blue states will welcome it. We'll have a party for you. But either way, it's just so silly. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of Black women coming online talking about blaming the Black man for the reason why Trump has been. It's just finding any reason to blame Black men. It's hilarious to me. So this woman here is among the many who decided to post a video of her saying Black men are the reason behind behind this victorious outcome for Donald Trump.
The Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family, whether you were here legally or not.
Yeah, so there we go. Let's talk about that. She's saying here she hopes all the Latinos who voted for Trump, whether they're here legally or not, first of all, that's racist, because why would you just assume that Latinos can't be here, or the Latinos who are here under deportation matters. So she's saying here that she hopes that they get deported. Let's continue.
You gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the fuck you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMe's.
That's so sick. What an evil, evil woman. What an evil, evil woman. To wish death on people because they voted for Trump. To wish death. What is the thing is, what's funny to me is, I don't want to continue this video. It's just so low vibrational. But what's funny to me is, y'all are mad for what? What exactly did Trump did to you? Tell me, what did he do to you? What did he do to you? Well, he's a convicted felon. He's been acquitted. Next. Well, he's racist. No, he's not. Next. No, he's not. That's it. No, he's not. Next. Well, either way, the point is, y'all so caught up in feelings, y'all don't look at policy. Y'all rather have Kamala in office because, oh, she's a black woman, quote unquote, and she's gonna stroll into the office with her AKA. First of all, where are her line sisters? She swears she's an AKA. Where her line sisters at? I have yet to see any of them come forward and talk about what number Kamala was. You know, they talk about, oh, what number you are, whatever. Maybe that's the wrong wordplay. But the point is, what are y'all saying? Y'all so mad over what? How is your life changing for the worse now? Watch these grocery prices reduce. Watch life economically get more feasible for you. But you still mad because he's a little racist. Oh, he's not this just politically sound guy who sounds so articulate. Huh? I truly don't understand. None of y'all could say it. Every time y'all be like, oh, you should have voted for Kamala. What do y'all say? Oh, because she allows me to kill my baby. Got it. That's a good one. Let's take a listen to this woman here. A refreshing voice. So, again, there are so many videos of black women demonizing black men for voting for Trump. Yet we have a woman here saying the opposite.
So I'm scrolling and I see a lot of black women making videos talking down to black men who voted for Trump. And I just have to say, if you voted for Trump and you're a black man, thank you. And I thank you because I know exactly why you voted for Trump. You voted for secure borders so that us women and children can be safe. You voted for a strong economy so that us women and children can be provided for.
Okay.
You voted for our children to not be indoctrinated in this failed public school system. You voted for my right to not have to use the bathroom with a biological man. You also voted.
Can we just clap it up for all of that so far? What's interesting to me, I think it was about 73% of Latinos in Texas voted for Trump. Sunny Hostin from The View decided to say, oh, racism. No. What she said? She said it's sexism and it's misogyny. That's the reason why. While the Republican spokesperson on The View said, no, we're missing it, y'all. It's not that. It's the border. they are seeing in live action, in live time, how much of an effect the border has been and how unprotected it has been and how easy for immigrants to come over and just usurp their lands. Can we talk about Denver, Colorado? Can we talk about Ohio? Can we talk about different parts? Like, there are different parts in America in which the border has infiltrated communities, and now people are having to close their shutters and lock up their windows even tighter to ensure no burglaries, no person gets in their home. This idea of, oh, it's because she's a woman, no, they're not strict on border control.
Voted for our children not to be drafted into another endless, senseless war that only benefits the military industrial complex.
Okay. Ukraine was given millions and millions of dollars by the US, all under Biden's administration. All under Biden's administration. What? Why you have people here getting $750 after 40 days of not having electricity due to a natural disaster, quote unquote. Shout out to Harp. What are we talking about? Like, people are tired of it, dog.
And also, you voted for the protection of our freedom of speech. The same freedom of speech that these evil, nasty, disgusting women are using to wish death upon you. So, as a Black woman, I just want to say thank you for voting for Trump. I truly appreciate you, and I'm going to speak life into you. I pray that God continues to protect you and guide you. I pray that He gives you the success that you deserve. I pray that He gives you the strength to lead your family and your community.
Amen. We can end it there for that part because that's just a beautiful end to it. Okay. That nasty woman from earlier, I couldn't even finish her video, looking like a damn Igor. Looking like a what you looking like, an Igor? Hold on, what's it? She look like an Eeyore what from Winnie the Pooh. That damn talking about she wished full murder and death on these. What are you talking about? Because your AKA sister is not on the presidential board. If y'all get the fuck out of my face, y'all sound so dumb. Anyway, Trump is in office. I'm happy about it. I think this is a great turnout. I'm choosing to not engage too much into these conversations. I'm gonna post what I post and I'm gonna move on from it. I'm not even gonna try to get into these comments too much because the shout to this video right here of Biden wearing the Trump hat. I think it was at this point. Yep, just like this comment says, that's the moment when the election was decided. Okay. But absolutely, this is just, people have had enough. And I think for our own sanity, we need to protect ourselves when it comes to these types of conversations. And you are well within your right to have your own opinion, of course, but I think what is so overwhelming is people's reaction online and this outcry of hysteria has become insufferable. Just like the energy, you feel it from the phone. So please put the phone down. If it becomes too much, take a breath. Don't feed into it. All is well. All is well. Okay. And people are talking about, oh, I'm being deported. Really? Trump is not even sworn in yet. You're already cut the shit. People are just doing things for engagement purposes. You're not being deported. You don't have a neighbor who was just deported. ICE was not called on them. And if it was called on them, they probably was doing some dirty stuff. Okay? That doesn't just happen overnight. Y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about. So silly and dumb. All right? So yay. My president is back. Okay, yeah. So my hair is a little different, as you noticed. In case talk about the elephant in the room. The last episode, you saw the bland two knots were of different texture. I decided to take that hair piece out, and it's mostly my hair. I didn't want to take out the whole thing because I would have to undo the what is it? The what's it called? The rubber bands. And that was just too much work. Honestly, and this is a piece. This is a sew-in in the back. I think I'm done with sew-ins, y'all. I don't think I could do it anymore. It's just not for me. Maybe just this one just didn't work out, but I miss my scalp. I'm just anyway, I'm gonna take it off soon. Well, I'm gonna go back to my stylist and get it out. But nonetheless, this was a cute little style for what it was. And lesson learned. I'll just stick with my natural hair and I'll stick with my braids, stick with my twists, my 2-strand twists, and that's about it, child. But it's been fun. And that is all. Okay, so let's proceed. What is next on the chopping board here? I hate when my thing acts so weird. Hold on 1 second. Ray J was gonna get in a fight with Diddy's sons. Yes, Ray J. I think Ray J's a little off lately. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's been happening, but I think something is a little off kilter. He has said some outrageous things about Diddy, and he does it on a platform that is now his own like gossip platform. Not to say these claims about Diddy is not crazy as they are, but the point is he speaks so confidently as if he was there or as if he is like the judge in this case. His sons has had enough. His sons has had enough, and they tried to fight him a few days ago at a club. Apparently, they were at a club, and wait, what? Did he log me out? Apparently, they were at a club, and they were there. Child, I don't understand the story. It's so ridiculous. And Chris Brown broke it up. Okay, well, TMZ reported it. Let me go ahead and read what it says here. Okay, so Diddy's sons were about ready to get into an all-out fist fight with Ray J at a recent Halloween party. So just last week, they're about to put the pause on Ray J. Diddy's sons are Christian, Quincy, and Justin Combs. They got into a heated face-off with Ray J outside of some Halloween bash in LA. And I guess this got broken up by Chris Brown, apparently. Look, I guess it's commendable that these sons are supporting their dad, but at this point, what are the updates? Can someone tell me the updates? What exactly is going on with Diddy? Because we haven't heard shit of this case. Diddy, what are the charges exactly? That's what I want to see, because I don't think it's as clear as we're assuming. I know there are claims of underage situations that took place. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I believe, honestly, I do believe every little thing. The Cassie video, all of that. But what exactly is he charged with? Okay, freak offs. Okay, so he's charged with trafficking, right? I remember that, but I don't know. I guess I'm trying to understand what was the evidence that supports, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I don't think it's not true, but I'm just trying to understand under what premise I don't know. I feel like something's going on. But yeah, it says here he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. But not anywhere in the charges that led to the arrest does it say he was charged with underage activity. That came after the fact. So I noticed after he got arrested and he's been in jail since. It's been a few weeks now. Well, a month now, right? 2 months now. And he was getting, like, we've been reading different reports of him getting yet another underage claim, accusation, all these things. But that's after the fact. So I don't think it was ever added on to his charge to get arrested for. Y'all know what I'm saying? Huh. I just want to know what's going on. What's the update? Something about this is not adding up. That's the best way I could put it. So hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. Okay. So let's see here. Shanquilla, remember Shanquilla Robinson, the young lady who went on a trip with a group of friends. I say that lightly, very lightly, because these friends obviously weren't good friends enough. And here's the thing, when you travel with some people, sometimes you really you leave that trip realizing, yeah, this person was never my friend. This person was never my friend. This is not a friendship that was ever genuine. And it's very unfortunate. So yes, this was a woman who went on a trip with her friends to Cabo and died on the trip while getting in a fight with her. Like, her friends beat her up. Like, it was like this bash that happened. They jumped her in her room, and there was a video showing a woman from their friend group beating her up profusely, so much so that it left her dead. And the rest of her friend group left the trip early without Shanquilla. Left her. They came back to the States like nothing happened. Her mom's asking, where's my child? Y'all went together. How come y'all not together now? Like, how come y'all didn't leave together? And they're acting like mum's the word. Her family now has filed a lawsuit against the travel companions, as they should have from the very beginning. But, you know, some of these things take time, apparently. But it says here, the lawyer for the mother of Shanquilla Robinson has filed a lawsuit in the Charlotte woman's death. And in this lawsuit, she is seeking compensatory and punitive damages to address the profound emotional and financial toll this incident has caused. And I don't think this led to anyone getting arrested or anything like that, because, you know, Mexican jail is worse than American jail, American prison. So I think that's why they left the country earlier. Robinson mysteriously died 2 years ago while on vacation with her 6 travel companions, known as the Cabo Six. So this gives me the impression that they frequently or have traveled together previously. This is not a first-time trip. For them to have this affectionate name for their group tells me that they have done this before. She died a day after arriving at their villa in Cabo, which makes me wonder, was this planned? Did they all hate her from the jump? Was this really a friendship? Obviously not, right? So, like, how do you just go on a trip with somebody and that person is now dead just one day after arriving at their villa? The 6 travel companions with Robinson on the trip said she died of alcohol poisoning, but authorities said she died of a broken neck. which was resulted from the woman from their friend group beating her, which is shown in a video. Nobody has been charged in the case, which has been 2 years old, and it's just very, very disappointing how no justice has been had. It's sad that 2 years later, finally a lawsuit is being filed, but this lawsuit is just based on emotional and financial toll that this incident has caused, rather than pinning this murder on any of these travel companions. That's what I'm trying to understand. But anyway, let's see where this goes. If there's any update that may come about, I will share that momentarily. All right. That is all I have for you all today. I am happy you are here and you came on. Make sure you like this video. Like this video, ho. No, this was fun. I will check in with you all next time. Be sure to support this podcast by subscribing, leaving a review that's positive, of course, engaging in the comments. Also, I encourage you to follow Built Like This Pod on Instagram. That is very much welcome and encouraged. And I will check in with you all next time. Peace.